Hello, how are you? Welcome to Talent and Business. This is the official Headhunter X podcast. We are excited to have you with us in this special episode, where we will discuss the most relevant trends in human resources in 2023. From the automation and digitization of processes to diversity and inclusion, we will cover everything you need to know to be at the forefront of your career or company. So make sure you have your notepad handy and ready to take some valuable notes. Let's get started. Human resources has gained great importance in recent years, and the trends of 2023 are demanding to focus on the well-being of professionals, measure their performance, and offer a more efficient work framework. Luckily, mental health is beginning to gain importance as one of the main strategies, putting the human before capital. Mental health is the order of the day and also reaches companies hand in hand with human resources. Since 2021, mental health problems are the second reason for work absenteeism in Latin America. Human resources departments have had to take measures, and the emotional salary has been placed at the center of the strategy of human resources professionals with measures such as these. 1. Bet on the training and development of your employees. Companies that invest in the development of their people have 11% more profitability, and are twice as likely to retain their best collaborators. Investing in the training of your workers is investing in your company. 2. Good work environment. It all comes down to how the person is at work. If we get employees to come to work happy and feel comfortable with the rest of the team, it will be a great advantage for everyone. 3. Motivation. Developing their feeling of belonging in the organization and making them feel that their work is valued will increase their motivation, and also their productivity. 4. Internal communication. One of the key points that will increase employee motivation is proper communication within the company. Keeping employees informed of developments will increase their feeling of ownership. 5. The aforementioned trend on employee well-being has meant an increase in work for human resources departments, as well as the budgets of these departments and the obligation to cover the needs of workers and comply with legal requirements, such as time control, on digital transformation and its impact on the department. From staff management, organizational well-being, internal communication, or personnel selection, to compensation and benefits, evaluation, development, and talent management. In all these tasks, digital transformation is key to automate, reduce errors, and reduce the time spent on administrative tasks. Implementing digitization in talent and people management is very positive for promoting the business strategy of any type of entity, these being some of its benefits. 1. Eliminate barriers in the organizational structure, promoting internal communication, and improving the work environment. 2. Streamline and optimize the different human resources processes, reducing time and increasing their efficiency. 3. Promote a technological culture, digital literacy among all human capital. 4. Improve productivity due to the use of information and communication technologies. The human resources software. The time has come to leave fragmented HR applications behind and move to end-to-end integrated solutions within one digital platform, such as HR software. To help HR leaders in their quest, we've compiled a list of must-have HR management software features based on the capabilities offered by market leaders in this space. Features include employee management to assist in the planning, hiring, management, and analysis of human resources that span multiple departments and locations within a global workforce. Another feature is user-centered design that is easy and practical to use, is cloud-based and can be accessed from anywhere. That the information can be managed in real time and can export information in various formats. An efficient HR management software will trigger automated notifications and alerts to all stakeholders when user-defined conditions are satisfactorily met. That it has management and monitoring of assistance and monitoring of departures. It is also important that the collaborator or employee can review certain information, and this system has employee self-service. What generates dynamic reports to make decisions, defined user roles, incident control, management of vacancies and promotions, training, quality and development, and payroll management. Teleworking as a requirement. If 2022 brought with it a new way of dealing with face-to-face work, we can say that in 2023 teleworking will be a must, or essential requirement for many people when it comes to being part of an organization. And it is that teleworking has given us the flexibility and reconciliation of work and personal life that we expected so much. It is no longer a social benefit or a way to attract talent. Today, remote work is a requirement or a collectively acquired right by workers. Thus, companies that in 2023 do not offer any possibility of teleworking may have problems with the loyalty of their workers. But not everything is rosy. Teleworking has also brought headaches to managers and human resources departments when it comes to recording the workday and hours worked. Both in person and remotely, the recording of hours worked, time control and signing are still necessary. To control these aspects, one of the best solutions is to use digital platforms such as day registration software. Employee feedback. The opinion of everyone in the organization is necessary, and it is finally beginning to be taken into account. To continue to improve and apply the appropriate changes, the human resources team must listen to the voice of the workers. For this reason, one of the trends in 2023 will be to increasingly resort to surveys and the more frequent collection of information and feedback. But be careful, it is just as important to make an effort to receive feedback from employees as it is to participate in active listening and act accordingly. It will be of no use to us to obtain the information if we then limit ourselves to having a passive listening. Companies and their work organization chart tend towards a more horizontal organization in which the changes and improvements introduced have the participation and involvement of everyone, workers and managers. In this sense, having the appropriate internal communication media for access to this participation is another of the trends for the new year, to which we will have to be very attentive. For example, internal communication software will help us distribute surveys, get the results, and generate reports. People analytics. It is not a future trend, since we should have known for a long time that storing, managing and analyzing data is essential for correct decision-making. But if it is beginning to become relevant in any department, it is human resources. Now that everything is starting to level off after a couple of years of adjustment, talent and people management professionals need to accurately measure the productivity and performance of every person in their organization. And for this, we must have accurate data. People analytics is a data-based research method whose objective is to study the people who are part of a company and, with this, help make better decisions. But obtaining the data is not enough, it is necessary that they be collected, analyzed, and displayed to make decisions based on them. This trend helps to understand and assess the motivation, efficiency, and productivity of workers through the use of KPIs or key indicators. In this regard, a human resources software is really useful that allows us to integrate and analyze this information, as well as HR departments to identify problems at an individual and group level. Employer branding. If we are interested in attracting talent, employer branding will be a trend that we must take into account in 2023 from human resources. More and more, recruitment will become similar to marketing, and companies must work on the image that their employees, both present and future, have of it. Employer branding is the image that an organization has as an employer brand, and it will depend on whether or not the talent is interested in being part of the company. In 2023, companies will invest in the employer branding strategy, acquiring the right technology to support it and creating a strong presence on social networks. In order to implement its strategy, the HR department will have to develop new skills necessary to manage the career page and the candidate communities. Heterogeneous teams. This 2023 is committed to diversity and very heterogeneous templates. It has already been a clear trend in 2022, which will continue this year. The diversity in personnel selection processes and within the same team has allowed organizations to enjoy different points of view and achieve new approaches. Workers with very different skills and with different ways of working will learn from each other and bring multiple benefits to the team as a whole. Promote effective leadership. Related to a changing context, the expectations of employees regarding their leaders change. In this sense, current labor contexts require human leadership that combines three characteristics. Authenticity, bosses who act with purpose and allow each one to express their authentic selves. Empathy, that they demonstrate care, respect, and genuine concern for the well-being of their collaborators. Adaptive, flexible, supportive leaders who are able to accommodate the unique needs of their teams. Modernization of recognition and reward programs. In a job market with high worker turnover and strong competition for qualified candidates in all sectors, recognition and reward programs have often become outdated. As a result, the trends in human resources for 2023 mark the consolidation of recognition and reward programs, focused on three aspects that, based on the power of data software, contribute to improving the retention and performance of talent. Personalization according to the values and preferences of each collaborator. When workers choose the rewards that motivate them the most, their commitment and productivity increase. Gamification. Currently, workers need constant feedback to know if what they are doing is important. This management modality is scalable through technology, thanks to gamification. That is, the application of techniques, elements, and dynamics of the game to work activities. Thus, for example, the organization could have a virtual platform through which the achievements of collaborators are recognized, who can gradually acquire points, medals, or trophies. This can even be complemented with a system of exchange for objects or benefits desired by each person. High-frequency, real-time recognition, employee engagement is a constantly fluctuating measure. For this reason, and contrary to systems that offer an incentive and let employees figure out how to achieve it, modern systems allow each talent to constantly monitor their process. Some even offer tips to keep workers on track. Promote the skills of collaborators. Continuing with the trend of previous years, it is expected that in 2023, the human resources talents dedicated to hiring new collaborators will emphasize soft skills. Thus, qualities such as empathy, emotional intelligence, adaptability, self-motivation, and resilience will have greater weight over the specific technical skills of each position. Along these lines, the focus will continue to be on the improvement and retraining of staff, in keeping with the need for organizations to keep up to date for the future of work. In view of the above, reinforcing the employee experience, creating a friendlier workplace, and promoting regular feedback and follow-up spaces could make it possible to meet these objectives. About talent attraction. In recent years, the labor market has undergone significant changes due to technological developments and the impact of the pandemic on the economy. As we head into 2023, it's important to stay on top of the recruiting trends to expect to see in the near future. Discussed below are some of the biggest trends to expect to see in the recruiting process in 2023. As companies have learned to adjust to remote work during the pandemic, this trend is likely to continue into 2023 and beyond. This means that companies will be able to recruit candidates from all over the world, not just from a specific location. Additionally, remote work can be a key factor in attracting and retaining employees, as many value flexibility and the ability to better balance their work and personal lives. The use of automation in the recruiting process, such as chatbots and natural language processing, will continue to grow in 2023. This will help companies automate repetitive tasks and reduce time spent reviewing resumes and scheduling of interviews. Ethics and diversity will continue to be a priority for companies in 2023. Companies are expected to strive to create an inclusive and diversified work environment, and candidates are expected to seek to work for companies that promote these values. Networking has always been important for finding a job, but in 2023, it is expected to become even more important due to the competition in the job market. Candidates should take advantage of social media, such as LinkedIn, to connect with professionals in their field and learn about available job opportunities. Talent and people management continues to evolve, and human resources departments must adapt to the new challenges that arise in the workplace. To do this, we have identified the trends in human resources that, as a professional in the sector, you cannot ignore in this 2023. It is no longer about filling a vacancy, but attracting candidates who contribute to the exponential development of the company and identify with its culture. But how do you achieve this if you are faced with global, diverse talent management? How to optimize each phase of the process to focus on more strategic tasks and automate other more repetitive actions? How to customize the management of large talent bases and guarantee an optimal candidate experience? How to achieve all this by investing less time and resources? The answers to these questions point to the use of recruiting software, talent acquisition platforms that already set the pace, and most of the time the success, of the hiring processes. Digital recruitment. Among the many lessons that 2022 bequeathed to us is the importance of social networks for the development of almost all activities in the business field. The attraction of talent does not escape it. The use of social networks, both professional, LinkedIn, and personal, Facebook, Instagram, etc., to promote job offers, as well as to build a community loyal to the company, are two of the great bets of social recruiting. On the other hand, among the new recruitment trends, digital onboarding continues to gain strength. With the implementation of teleworking and the hybrid system as usual work modalities, this type of accompaniment in the incorporation of the new employee has turned out to be very efficient. What is crucial is that interactive strategies such as gamification are planned and used to enrich the process. Collaborative recruitment starts from the employee's own appreciation to find referred candidates. These applicants can enrich the organization's staff and come from an internal program, or participation in job boards of other companies where they exchange selection processes and recent candidates. In addition, collaborative recruitment strategies also work a lot in networks if you have contact with industry leaders, or other influential people willing to make your processes visible in their digital communities. Marketing strategies for staff recruitment. In today's labor market, where the demand for talent is sometimes greater than its supply, it is essential to escape traditional recruiting techniques. Keep in mind that when evaluating their options, candidates have begun to treat companies as products and, as such, this requires a change in the way we sell them the company. For this reason, the most innovative companies have turned marketing concepts towards the area of talent management. The objective? To make the candidate feel that there is no better place to work. Among the main marketing strategies for hiring personnel or for the so-called 4.0 recruitment are inbound recruiting techniques, work focused on the candidate experience and data recruitment or HR analytics. Employee attention. While attracting new talent is important, retaining those already hired is key to reducing turnover. For this, it is super important to care for the employee, promote their growth within the organization, and have a compensation plan with which they feel comfortable. All this, in the medium term, will be decisive in its performance. Their evolution as an employee and their expectations must be addressed. In this way, their experience and development possibilities are evaluated in a feedback process that is beneficial to the employee and employer. Equally important is attention to the emotional well-being of workers and the promotion of interpersonal relationships, based on respect and cordiality. The achievement of good labor practices in terms of schedules, digital disconnection, salary registration, and the implementation of hybrid work models, teleworking, face-to-face work, are some of the healthy experiences inherited from the previous year. To complete, if we can draw a conclusion from recent years, it is that professionals are no longer looking for the same thing. Talent is not satisfied with just a good salary. Look for work flexibility, a firm business culture, a good work environment, development, etc. And here, the human resources departments play a fundamental role. For this reason, the work of this department is more necessary than ever and increasingly valued. Betting on human resources will mean great benefits for the present and future of any organization. And that's it for this episode of Headhunter X. We hope you enjoyed our discussion of HR trends for 2023. Remember that these trends are just the beginning, and it's always important to stay current and adapt to changes in your career or company. Remember that everything starts at the top. At Headhunter X, we are experts in executive selection. When it comes to hiring talent, it is imperative to understand that the world of work is changing. Each search implies new challenges, and the strategy has to be creative and innovative. We know that it is not enough to simply identify experienced professionals. It is important to consider the values, culture, skills, and technical knowledge of each person. Headhunter X, Boutique Executive Search. On behalf of Cuitláhuac Zurita, our General Director, we thank you for listening to us and do not forget to follow us on our social networks for more valuable content. See you in the next episode.